Ken is 67. He is at the table with a printed statement, running a finger down 2 numbers. He added 18,000 this year. The account grew 51,000 by itself. Every retirement account has a line in it. Ken crossed the line last year. Past this number, saving more buys you almost nothing. What changes is where you keep it. He does not know that yet. He is still doing the thing that worked for 30 years, which is putting more in. Nobody sends a letter when the rules change under you. So today I am going to show you 3 things, where that line actually sits in your own accounts, and how to find it in about 2 minutes. What 1 more year of saving really buys you once you are past it, measured in time rather than dollars. And the part almost nobody mentions, which is the bill waiting on the other side of that line, and who decides when you pay it. This one is not for people who are still building. Anyone at 40 who is stacking money should keep stacking. This is for the people who are already there and have not been told. Here is the whole rule, and I am not going to make you wait for it. You have crossed the line when your account's own growth in a year is bigger than what you put into it that year. That is it. Nothing else is part of the test. Before that point, you are the engine. Your saving is what moves the balance, and every dollar you add is doing visible work. After that point, the account is the engine. It moves on its own, and your contribution is a rounding error sitting on top of something much larger. Ken and Judy have $740,000 invested. Ken is 67 and Judy is 65. They still put away $18,000 a year out of habit because that is what you do. Now, I am going to use 7% a year as a growth assumption for the arithmetic. It is an assumption, not a promise, and no year ever actually looks like it. But you need one number to reason with, so that is the one I will use, and I will say so every time it matters. At 7%, $740,000 grows by about $51,800 in a year. Their contribution is $18,000. Their account is doing nearly 3 times what they are doing. They are nowhere near that line now. They are well past it. And here is the part that catches people. There is no fixed dollar amount here. There is no magic number that is the same for everybody. It depends entirely on how much you are adding. If you save a lot every year, you stay the engine for longer. Save less, and the account takes over sooner at a smaller balance. Take 2 couples with the same $740,000. One is still working part-time and putting away $40,000 a year. At 7%, their growth is $51,800. So they are only just past the line, and their savings still counts for something. Couple 2 adds $6,000 a year. Same balance, same growth, and their contribution has been decorative for a long time. Same portfolio. Completely different answer. Balance alone told you nothing. So the question is never, what is the number? Ask instead, which of the 2 lines on your own statement is bigger? You already have both. You have just never put them next to each other. Now let us price it, not in dollars, because dollars are the thing that keeps people saving, in time. Ken and Judy could keep adding $18,000 a year for 5 more years, or they could stop today and touch nothing. If they stop today, at 7%, that $740,000 becomes about $1,038,000 in 5 years. They do nothing at all to earn that. Keep contributing for those same 5 years, and they land at about $1,141,000 instead. So the 5 years of saving added roughly $103,000. Now, here is the number that matters. To reach that same figure with no contributions at all, the account needs about 6 years and 5 months. So what did 5 years of discipline actually buy them? About 17 months. 17 months for 5 years of discipline. And it cost $90,000 of their own money to get it. $90,000 handed over across 5 years to move the finish line 17 months closer. I want to be fair here. 17 months is not nothing. If you are behind, or if your account is small enough that you are still the engine, those months are worth having. Nobody should hear this and stop saving out of spite. But if you are Ken, you should at least know the exchange rate. You are trading $90,000 of spendable life for 17 months of arrival time. Most people have never seen it written down that way. Nobody in the business of holding your money has a reason to write it down. So much for the arithmetic. Now the part that actually costs you. Ken has been thinking about that $740,000 as his money. It mostly is not yet. Money sitting in a traditional 401k or a traditional IRA has a silent partner in there, and this partner has never taken a dollar of risk. Every dollar he pulls out comes out as ordinary income and gets taxed at his ordinary rate. Here is the turn. For as long as Ken chooses when to withdraw, he controls that tax bill. There is a point where he stops choosing. At 73, required minimum distributions begin. At 73, the IRS sets a schedule, and the account starts handing money to Ken, whether he wants it that year or not. His first one is due by April the 1st of the year after he turns 73. Ken is 67. He has 6 years of choosing left, and he is spending them adding more money to the pile that gets taxed. Think about what that actually means. He is adding $18,000 a year to an account that will later pay him out on a schedule he does not set. He is buying 17 months of arrival time and paying for it with control. And the amount is not small or symbolic. Required distributions are calculated off the balance, so the better the account does between now and then, the larger the forced withdrawal becomes. Every extra dollar Ken adds today makes the number the IRS hands him later slightly bigger. That is the part that turns this from arithmetic into a decision. He is not choosing between more money and less money. He is choosing between money he controls and money that arrives on somebody else's schedule. Those years between the paycheck stopping and 73 arriving are the only window where he decides. That window is the asset, not the balance, the window. And it closes on a date that is already on the calendar. Now the honest part, because moving money is not free either. Repositioning is a taxable event. If Ken moves money out of the traditional account, that withdrawal is income in the year he does it. A big move in a single year can push him into a higher bracket than he has ever been in. There are ripples too, and I am naming them rather than teaching them, because each one deserves its own video. More income in a year can change how much of your Social Security gets taxed. More income can also lift your Medicare premiums 2 years later through an income-related surcharge. Most people meet that one by surprise, in the mail. And yes, there is a band where long-term capital gains are taxed at 0%. For a married couple filing jointly in 2026, that band runs up to $98,900 of taxable income. I am only going to tell you it exists. Using it properly is a whole separate conversation, and I would rather do that right than do it fast. My point here is simple. Doing nothing has a cost, and doing something has a cost. But only one of those two costs sits on a timer you do not control. So if the balance is not the goal anymore, what is? I want to give you a ladder instead of a number. Once you are past the line, the useful question stops being how much do I have? It becomes what does it already cover? The first rung is that your portfolio covers your essentials. Housing, food, insurance, the utilities. If the market had a bad year and you touched nothing else, you would still be warm and fed. It is the first real taste of not being afraid. The second rung is that it covers your whole life, not just the survivable version. The trip, the grandchildren, the car that is not 11 years old. The third rung is that it survives a bad first decade. This is the one nobody puts on a list. A rough stretch of markets early in retirement does far more damage than the same stretch later, because you are selling while it is down. The fourth rung is that it outlives both of you, not just you. Picture one of you on your own at 88. The same bills arrive. One fewer Social Security check comes in. That is the version worth planning for. The fifth rung is that what is left passes the way you intended, to the people you meant. Without a court and without a fight between people who loved the same person. Look at those 5. Notice that not one of them gets closer by adding another $18,000 to the top of the pile. Every single one of them is about structure. Where the money sits, what it is invested in, whose name is on it, and when the tax comes due. That is why the job changes. You are not filling a bucket anymore, you are arranging one. Before the steps, I want to say the quiet thing, because I think it is the real problem. If you spent 40 years being a saver, you are very good at it, and it is who you became. Being told you can stop does not feel like permission. It feels like being told to be someone else. But saving past the line is not virtue, it is habit. And the money was never the point. You built it so it could turn back into a life. At some point, refusing to let it do that stops being discipline and starts being a shame. So, 4 moves in order. 1. Find out where you stand. Pull last year's statement and put the growth number next to the contributions number. Whichever is bigger tells you which side of the line you are on. That is the whole diagnosis. 2. If you are past it, redirect rather than stop. Instead of adding to the tax-deferred pile, build the money you can reach without a tax consequence. A cash cushion you can live on for a year or 2 lets you avoid selling into a bad market, which is the 3rd rung. Same money, just reachable without asking permission from a tax bill first. 3. Map the window. Count the years between now and 73. Those are the years you choose, and they are worth more than the 17 months. 4. Get the tax picture done by somebody who does it for a living before you move anything large. These moves are cheap to talk about and expensive to do wrong. A good sequence and a bad one are separated by real money. If this was useful, give it a like, because it genuinely does decide who else gets shown it. And if you are somewhere in the years between the paycheck stopping and 73, subscribe. That window is most of what I make videos about, and there is a lot in it. Here is your one thing today. Not this week, today. Open last year's statement. Find the growth line and find the contributions line. Put them side by side and see which one is bigger. If the growth is bigger, you have crossed, and you now know something about your own money that you did not know this morning. One honest note. I am not your advisor, and I do not know your situation. Everything here changes with your income, your state, your health, and your marriage. Anything large should go past a professional who can see all of it. And the last thought I will leave you with is this. For most of your life, the question was, how much do I have? Once you are past the line, the better question is how much of it is actually mine to decide about. Ken is going to find that out this week. He has 6 years of choosing left, and now he knows it.